Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Wonderful Chineyem, and as always, we discuss wisdom because we have been on the series that have to do with the art of war, and I've been mentioning negotiation as the reason why you need to know the art of war. Basically, life is all about negotiations, and I said the last video that life doesn't give you what you deserve, life gives you what you're actually bargaining for. That is why we're going to be discussing the art of negotiation. Actually, everybody is the initiator of sorts. Even God is an initiator. Let me tell you how. Certain time, he was going to destroy Sodom, and then he comes to Abraham and says, Abraham began, if you find 5, find 10. What if you find 100? You see, that's a negotiation. And that negotiation is what we call distributive negotiation. Distributive negotiation assumes that is what they call a fixed pie. Winner takes all, sort of negotiation where there's something at stake. Nobody's going to gain. Only one person can win. So when you find yourself in that sort of setting, you are negotiating against, let's say you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. If they swindle you or they dupe you, they're not getting your money back. But the corollary of that is what is called integrating negotiation, which is called expanding the pie. So expanding the pie is usually what we call and begin to look at what other gains can be beyond what is being negotiated for, what other things can be accrued. You often find that in the scriptures there was negotiation that happened between Isaac and the people of Gerar when they said, come on, we want to cut the pact with you so that because you are great, greater than us, we don't want you to join hands with our allies. Okay, what will we do for you? Someone said, okay, we are allowing to marry from our daughters, that kind of negotiation where you say, okay, what's there for me and what's there for you is a win-win. Integrated negotiation is a win-win. So it's called expanding the pie. Yes, there's this thing that we're negotiating for, but we can increase it and bring more gains to it, right? Those are like the major negotiation strategies that there are. But one of the major things that we also need to talk about when we talk about negotiation is what about position versus interest. So position is literally what you say you want or want to have. So when you are in negotiation from a position perspective, is usually what you call distributive, like I explained. It means that winner takes all. So this is my position, But what usually happens, the downside of position bargaining is that value may be left on the table because nobody wanted to compromise, which is why you have the interest part. So interest is position versus interest. When you're negotiating, you have a position. A position would be that, let me give an example. He talked about this before. Someone like Senator Godswin Akpabio, he came out to contest for the elections. Somewhere in his heart, he knew he was not going to win, or his chances of winning were kind of lower than now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At the presidential primary, he stepped down for him and asked that his supporters should vote for President Ahmed Tinubu, showing his main interest was in securing the Senate ticket and becoming the Senate president. But what he showed the world was that one of the biggest there, which he knew made it harder. But by taking that position where he actually had a real interest, a day came where he sold that one because of what he really had his heart on. In scriptures, you find this playing out with Tamar. Tamar wanted to be the one that bets the continuity of the line of Judah. When the first 2 sons died, Judah promises her that the younger son will succeed her and marry her. But she waited and didn't see that. She went, the story in, I think, 1 Samuel chapter 24, 25. Genesis 35, I think. By the time she sat as a prostitute, Judah came, she negotiated that she wanted a goat. When Judah was to leave, he said, I'll bring the goat. He said, no, give me your scepter. Her position was that she wanted to get paid, but her interest was the pregnancy she wanted. When the day came, she just traded in her position. Okay, see your scepter. The person that owns the scepter is the one. At that time, they couldn't do anything for her because her eyes were on bearing the seed. A lot of people lose ground because they think they are what we call principle. When you go to negotiation, you cannot go hoping to win where you're always standing in position of principle. And I'm not saying compromising principles, but there's always another side of that principle, what you can win from it that you're not seeing. So if your job is to stick to what you want to do, but always be looking out for openings. So this part that I'm looking for will not be attainable in the short run, but the interest is what is attainable in the long run. I don't like cheating. All right, that's what it is. So I'll now resume to talk to you about negotiation tactics. I won't talk about but let's just talk about the first one is auction. Auction is when you just come and you allow. Auction recognizes the human psychology and the adrenaline rush that comes from winning something. So the owner of, say, this laptop put it up for sale and says highest bidder. He sits down and allows the human interest. A lot of prices have been driven up. Hard bargains have been driven because of the interest of people. Have you been to an auction to see how they're saying going? Well, then somebody says $1,000. Then as they're saying, okay, going, then somebody says $2,000. It's like pride allows people to buy what they don't even need because the human nature wants to need something. That's what I'm talking about. Auction is people realizing human psychology and using it to drive sales. You have brinksmanship. Brinksmanship is like where one party aggressively pursuing a set of terms to the point that you make it look like what you're telling the other person is take it or leave it. So brinksmanship is like what Jacob used for his brother. I want the birthright if you want the food. He knew the guy was hungry. He knew the guy felt like he was going to die. I had no other choice. Okay, take it, just give me the food. Take it, just give me the food. Brinksmanship always drives on human psychology as well. We feel like this person has no choice, which is why Suzu was teaching you that one of the best tactics you can make is to not allow people in your disposition. If I know you are disposed, when we go to buy stuff, well, we ourselves not to start saying, oh wow, this is so beautiful, I love this shoe. Once you say that, the buyer knows that I got this guy, and then he tries to bring smasher. Bogey tactics, people use bogey tactics to pretend that something that's really not important is important. Like in the case of Tama, which I explained, she made it look like she was fully interested in getting paid, but her interest was something else. When people drive bogey negotiations, they make something that is not important. For instance, okay, you're getting a job and they're telling you, okay, we need you, we're going to pay 150,000 naira. You just say something like, I really thought the reason I was taking up this job, I thought it was hybrid. I don't know. I cannot work 5 days a week if you're paying me 150,000. And the person is forced to make concessions and say, okay, you can take the hybrid or we increase a certain. The real target is to increase the pay. But when you are making it look like you really didn't want to work all this, meanwhile, what you just wanted to tell them is that you can't pay me this salary to work all the 5 days of the week. It's called boom. Then you have trade by barter, which everybody knows. You want this, I want this, so I give you what you want, I give you what you want. Another negotiation like this is what they call the bundle. The bundle is we offer something and say, okay, if you will buy this, if you're going to buy this in my table, if you're going to buy this laptop, I'll give you the charger. I'll really give you a mouse that has a USB mouse. Throwing in other things into a negotiation is what is called the bonding. The chicken tactics, this is like when you propose extreme measures, you bluff to make the other party to chicken out. The problem is that this can be dangerous because the other party can decide, okay, well, leave it, and then you lose everything. Or they tell you, okay, fine, go ahead, do your worst. And this always happens when people are trying to blackmail you. If you don't give me this, I'll post this picture on Facebook. You're hoping that you can drive the person. But if the person is not someone whose honor is too important to them and they are too afraid of shame, they can tell him to carry on. In fact, they say, I will help you do it. So when you drive in the chicken tactic, you may lose because eventually the person may decide to tell him, okay, call your bluff, do what you need to do. You have deadlines where I say, okay, I'm giving you this car at 500,000, but if you don't pay by Monday, it's going to become 600. That's it. Then there's another way of negotiation. You know the person may not meet up that thing, but you're already putting a higher cost. Put yourself in a good place. There's what is called don't make the first offer. You do every now and again. I probably take a bike or I enter a KK or something. So the person asks me, now I can keep here. That's in Hausa, obviously. What it means is, how much do you usually pay? I'm not about to tell you how much I usually pay. I'm like, come on, tell me how much I charge you. Because I understand this. Once I say 500 a day, the person employs another negotiator that is called anchoring. Okay, this guy is willing to go 500. No, come on. It tells you, no, about that. So, make it 700. Before you need, because I told you the price is already using what I said. So, in cases like that, you have to try to be smart and not give yourself away, right? There's good cop, bad cop, which parents always use. In fact, good cop, bad cop, everybody knows that, but it's actually police tactics where one person comes and pretends to be the harsh one, then goes away. The other person comes to pretend to be the good one, because human nature always tends to do that. I don't know, hurt them. So people use that. So you can negotiate. Why people are negotiating? One person says, no. Why is they shouting now? Then you say, okay, move it. And then want to buy how much are you selling? So good cop, bad cop works all the time, but it usually works more in parenting and in leadership. There's also the high body, low body. There's what is called the nibble. The nibble is that you're negotiating, and then just when the negotiation is about to end, you had something you wanted, but you wait, negotiation must be one more thing. Sorry, that car, is there a jack with it? Then the person says, no, I don't have a jack. Or that way, he says, when you don't have a jack, then you drop the price. You always knew that, or you're waiting. But when a nipple back can nipple back, when somebody nibbles, you can nibble back. And that's to say, okay, no, don't ever try to drop the price. The only reason I was giving you that because your friend gave it to you. So you give him another thing that cancels out what he blocked. But people try to do the nibbling and just, one more thing. That one more thing they need. Always look out for it. Leaking information is, let me simply that's okay. One of the last two things I want to talk about. Leaking information is it's not as planted information. These tactics lets the other side discover secret information that will change their perceptions or expectations. So you can allow somebody make a call where you're doing a negotiation and talk about something, or somehow in the conversation you drop a card. Your card tells them where you work. Well, then government agent. Let's treat it well. We don't know where we can get on that contract. Sometimes you just drop information. You are not asked, but you just say something, or because people like information that they found out coincidentally that the one you told them. They always trust that, so you can let them also find coincidental information on the way. And there are many ways to do it. All right. And then the last one I'm going to talk about, because I cannot obviously discuss that, is bad faith negotiation. And people fall prey to bad faith negotiation. Bad faith negotiation is simply somebody prepares to negotiate with you, but secretly has no intention of accepting. Why he does that is to buy time. So we had this collaboration in the last election between the Labour Party and the other party, is it NTT or whatever, the party that is led by the Honorable Compasso. There was no plan for Compasso's party to concede to the Labour Party. But they made people believe that they were in negotiation so that they could gain acceptance. Since both parties looked like they were neutral, they were the thought for people loved them, hearing that they were in negotiation kind of bought them time, bought them acceptance. At the end, they really had no plans to merge. And then they sold that. They used that to get into people's head. You must look out for bad faith negotiation, and that's where you need the Spirit of God to tell you when someone is really in a negotiation with you, but really has no plans to concede. Saul didn't have enough to deal with. I'm sorry. The next thing, David comes and continues his pain, and then he's truly spared him. People do that all the time, and a believer cannot get caught up in that kind of web because God wants it to be wise. So all in all is that in life we're in a battle, we're in a negotiation, and God will have him wide-eyed. Understanding some of these things I said will allow him. Meanwhile, I shared some of these things from a thesis that was done by the PhD of my cost 2119, done by pdacenter.com. You can find that, and just to pay homage to the original authors of this document. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope God continue our hard work in the next one. God bless you. See you next time.